Okay, we are live again on YouTube. Welcome back once again, everyone, to my YouTube channel. This is Mitesh Khatri. Today, we are going to talk and learn about why values matter when you're talking about and practicing law of attraction. As you see the thumbnail here, the picture here, Dr. John Demartini is the one who taught me about values. This is my entire life changed when I learned about values, which is kind of a secret layer of law of attraction. And the reason I call it the secret layer, because it was even missing in the movie called The Secret. But if you remember the movie The Secret, Dr. John Demartini was one of the star coaches inside that movie. And for me, there's nobody who speaks better than Dr. John Demartini about values and teaches and trains on that. Very recently, I had the privilege, I had the opportunity to work with him directly. I mean, learn with him directly from his facilitation program where I got licensed on his company. Yes, I got licensed to actually facilitate the values program through him. And thank you to him that I've learned so much about values. I'll share a little bit about that with you today, about how you can use the values to actually attract what you want in your life. How many of you would love it? Type in value. Just type in value in the chat window. I promise today is going to be crazy amount of value. You'll understand why we attract what we attract. You'll understand why we don't attract what we don't attract, even though you are using your affirmations. How many of you experience this? Sometimes you're using your affirmations, but still you're not getting attraction. Why? Secret is inside the values. I will show you what that is right now. But before that, the second thing that I wanted to communicate with you today is what's written here, important announcement about Dr. John Demartini, which is a big surprise to all of you. How many of you are ready for the surprise? Type in surprise in the chat window now. Now, I'm not going to give you the surprise now because after all, it is a surprise. So when will I tell you the surprise? In the end of the video, about 6 or 7 minutes from now. How many of you promised to stay with me till the very end? And you've got a huge announcement about Dr. John Demartini coming in. It's a big gift for you. It's a big surprise from you, from my coach, Dr. John Demartini, right now in the next 6 or 7 minutes. Do you promise to be with me till the very end? Type in IP, I promise, and give a quick thumbs up to the video right now so I know that you're listening to me and I know that you're giving me this promise. Come on, quickly give me a quick thumbs up. Right below the YouTube channel, you can see that thumbs up sign, right? Hit it now so we can start. Excellent. Now let's start today's session. By the way, those of you who are asking me if you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Mitesh Khatri. I and my wife Indu Khatri, we are law of attraction coaches and national best-selling authors of this book, The Law of Attraction. Let's learn about how law of attraction works and why it is important to learn values in relation to law of attraction. Everyone write down the statement. What you value is what you attract. Simple. Everyone please type in the chat window short form V equals A. That's right, V equals A, which means values equals attraction. What we value is what we attract in our life. It is as simple as that. Now you would say, but Mitesh, what do you really mean by that? I learned this from Dr. Demartini for the first time. I remember I was doing my best with affirmations. Like I was reading my affirmations every day. I was doing my hope, nope, no every day. But in certain areas of my life, I was just not getting results. Like for an example, in my weight loss, I was not getting results. At that time, I was not even able to attract my good life partner. Then I got married and yet then I started struggling in my marriage. Even though I did attract a good life partner, marriage was not working. So I thought, what is the point of attracting a good life partner if I'm now thinking of divorcing her? Can you believe it? That's what I was going through at that time. And it was exactly that time I got introduced to Dr. John Demartini from one of my other coaches. His name is Dr. Nityanti. He introduced me for the first time to Dr. John Demartini. And when I started learning from his books for the first time, I realized why I was not attracting a good, happy relationship with my wife. I realized why I was struggling in my health, in my body for the first time. I also realized why my affirmations were not working for me because I was not valuing it. Now, what do you really mean by valuing it? Simple. Everyone type it in the chat window, importance. Simple words. When you value something, you give it importance. What more words can you give me about the word value? Example, if you say, I value my health. All of you repeat with me, I value my health. Which means what? My health is important to me. Correct? Now give me more words exactly like importance or like value. So I know that you're understanding the meaning of the word value. So another word would be deserving, right? So if I value something, I believe I deserve it. Another word could be worth it. Right? Yeah, very good, worth it. If I say I value something, I'm saying it is worth it. So whenever we value something, only that we attract in our life. What we don't value, we don't attract. But you would say, Mitesh, I really value what I'm wanting to attract, but I'm still not attracting it. No, that is different. All of you write down superficial values equals desperation. Type it in the chat window, everyone. SV. Superficial values equals desperation. Actual values, AV, equals I, inspiration. Please quickly type in the chat window. SV. Superficial values equals desperation. Actual values equals inspiration. Let me explain this to you. When you say you value something, you can be having superficial values. ऊपर ऊपर से आप उसको वैल्यू करते हो, ऊपर ऊपर से you call it is worth it. Superficially we are calling it that it is something that is really important to me. Now you would say, but Mitesh, I'm telling you I really value it. Now, if you're desperate in that area and you're not taking any action in that area and you're not inspired to act in that area, you keep saying you want to, you keep saying you should, you keep telling yourself that you have to, you even keep beating yourself, you even regret it every single day. Why did you not take action yesterday? Then that is superficial value. How many people are understanding what I'm saying? If you have been beating yourself for not taking action and every day feeling regret about yourself, either in your health, relationships, career, or money, type in G for guilty now in the chat window that you have been, which means that you're making this mistake. You are using affirmations for superficial values. Now, if you keep using affirmations for superficial values, you will not attract it. I'll give you a very simple example. How many of you are married? Raise your hands, please. Are you married? Okay. So let's say you're married and you talk to your life partner and you tell your life partner, listen, sweetheart, I love you. Okay, I really love you, but I don't have time for you. Are you okay with that? Is your life partner okay with that? No, obviously not. Otherwise, your life partner will say, then what is the point of getting married to me, right? If you don't have time for me, that would be superficial love, superficial value for someone. So what is the proof that someone values you? What are actual values? How many of you want to know the difference between superficial values and actual values? Quickly tell me in the chat window. Do you want to know the difference? M-E, me. Type in me quickly in the chat window. How many of you want to know the difference between superficial values and actual values? One word is, of course, desperation and inspiration. But that sounds good. What does it really mean? Let me make it very simple for you. Superficial values and actual values have simple, very, very simple symptoms in life. Now, Dr. John Demartini has an amazing test, which I will tell you how to get that test later. But there are 4 aspects of that test, which I've been very fascinated by. And I call it TMFS. Everyone type in the chat window, TMFS. Time, money, focus, space. So whatever you give maximum time to, whatever you give maximum money to, whatever you give maximum focus to, whatever you give maximum space to, would you say you value that? Give me yes or no quickly in the chat window. If I give more time to someone, some particular person, if I give more money to a particular person, if I have a lot of focus for that person, which means I remember their birth date, I remember what they like, I remember what they don't like, I'm focused on them. I'm thinking about them all the time. I have good memory about them. And I always have space for them in my life. Do I value them? Absolutely. So the best way to understand what is your superficial values is by looking at some of these simple symptoms that I'm showing you right now. TMFS, time, money, focus, and space. Space means your physical space, your virtual space, your mental space maybe. So on my laptop right now, I have a desktop. What is my desktop icons filled of? If it is all the video games that it's filled of, then I'm valuing video games. If it is filled of ebooks on Dr. John Demartini, which is where it is right now, then I value learning and I value Dr. John Demartini. Yes or no? Now look at the opposite. If you don't value something, you don't attract it. But what is the proof? The proof is, everyone take your hands like this and repeat with me. No time for it, no money for it, no focus for it, no space for it. Yeah, I'll give you an example. There's a friend of mine who says that she wants to lose weight. Now she's not losing weight for the last 6 months. And she's doing affirmations every single day. And then she keeps coming to me every 2-3 months saying, "Yaar, my affirmations are not working. My affirmations are not working." How many people here are having a similar problem right now? Type an I in the chat window, just like my friend. You're using affirmations, you're using hope, nope, no, but you're not getting desired results. Specifically in the health area, type an H in the chat window if you're also facing that. So I'll tell you why she's not able to attract results with her body, why her body is not responding. The reason is whenever she has to spend the money that she always has the time to go to Goa. She always has the time to eat new food. She always has the time for her taxi, or she always has the money for her taxi. She always has the time to meet friends like me. She always has the memory for her work, the focus for her work. She always has the time to even make money in her life. But if you ask her to invest in a gym, guess what does she say? Can everybody quickly tell me in the chat window? Whenever I give her advice, Arey yaar, join a gym, very easy, you'll lose weight very fast. What do you think she says? I tell her, find a personal coach. What do you think she says? I tell her, buy this amazing diet program online. What do you think she says? I tell her, here is a ready-made diet program. You just have to remember it and you just have to use it every single day. What does she say? Look, people are already giving the answers. Every time I tell her, my friend, it is very easy to lose weight. There are free videos on YouTube. Watch the videos and just implement what they are showing. What does she say? I'm not going to tell you. You tell me. Yes, you tell me right now in the chat window. What do you think she says? I'm going to read some of the answers from here. Yes, that's right. So Heal with Reva is saying, no time. Yeah, that's what she says. Meda says, no time and money. Yeah, exactly. She says, I don't have money. But when it comes to the point of always money for taxi, she has the money. Time to meet friends, she has the time. But for gym, no. For buying diet programs, no. For buying the right kind of food, no. What else? Perfect. No time, no money, no time, no money. I don't have the money. Perfect. See, everybody is giving exactly the same answer, that we don't have the time. Many times she even says, Arey bhaiya, I forgot. She calls me bhaiya. She says, I forgot. Why would you forget something that is important to you? Because it is not important to you. Now, are you understanding why she's not losing weight? Are you understanding why her law of attraction is not working? Type in 100, 100%. Are you understanding now? She's not attracting her weight loss goal because she may be using her affirmations every day. Yes, she's using her affirmation every day, but she doesn't value weight loss. And what is the proof? No time for it, no money for it, no mental focus for it, no space for it in her life. There are no gym equipments in her life. She even says that in her room, she doesn't have enough place to exercise. Tell me if you are making the same mistake somewhere in your life. Type in G for guilty once again. If you're making the same mistake, and tell me which area are you making that mistake in. Are you making that mistake in health or relationships or career or money or all four? Then type in HRCN. I'll give you another example. There's another friend of mine. He wants to learn digital coaching like me. He wants to become a digital coach like me. So he called me one day and he said, Mitesh, can you help me? I'm your childhood friend. I said, of course I'll help you. So I helped him. One day he came home. I taught him everything. Okay. So after a few days, he needed some help. He called me back. He said, Mitesh, how do I create this landing page? So I taught him on the phone. This is how you create a landing page. So again, he called me. He said, Mitesh, how do you create a landing page? I said, Arey, I taught you last time. He said, I forgot. I said, okay, I'll teach you again. So I taught him again. Fourth time, I taught him again. And every time he calls me for silly questions. He doesn't take the effort to go through a little Google search. He doesn't go through the effort to play around with that website a little bit, to make mistakes, to try it on his own. Why? No importance for it. He wants shortcuts. Call me, immediately get results. No value. If you don't value to learn something, it will not grow in your life. That is why I've written here, what you value is what you attract. What you don't value, you repel. Write that down, everyone. What you don't value, you repel. Repel means it will go away from you. One last example I will give you. But before that, how many people are realizing you're making similar mistakes? Type in G for guilty if you found one more area where you're making the same mistake. I'll give you another example of a student of mine. This student wanted a job for a long time. And every time he's calling me and he's saying, now this was a time when, not recently, a little long ago, when I was available on phone to some of my students at that time, platinum member. And he was not getting a job. So he called me up, Mitesh, I'm not getting a job. Give me the right affirmations. So I said, okay, here are the right affirmations. He started doing affirmations, started getting interviews, but not getting a job, not getting a job, not getting a job. So I was like, what's going on with this guy? So I started asking him questions. I said, tell me one thing. Have you bought any new shirts for your interview? He said, no. Why? It's not necessary. My old clothes are just fine. I don't have the money for interview right now. I said, okay. Have you spent any money on your favorite food in the last 1 month? He said, yeah, I have. I like going to McDonald's and Domino's. I've been eating outside. Interesting. So he has money for McDonald's and Domino's, but he doesn't have the money to buy a new shirt for his interview. What does that show me? That he doesn't value having a new job. He values what he has in his life right now, not what he wants. So remember what I said in the beginning? Superficial values equals desperation. He's desperate every day for a job, but he's not inspired to take action because that is not for something he really actually values. Now, how many of you would love to change your values in life? Type an I in the chat window. If you learn how to align your values with your goals, your vibrations, your frequency starts matching with your goals, attraction happens automatically after that. How many of you would love that? Now, there's a way to do it, something that we also teach in our Advanced Law of Attraction course in different ways. But the masters of master in all of this, the masters of master of all of this is Dr. John Demartini. Now, the good news is about to come. But before that, how many of you loved what you learned right now? And have you realized now that why your affirmations are not working? Type in yes in the chat window so I know that you understand, that now you understand why your affirmations are not working. So how do you make your affirmations work now? Start valuing what you want to attract. Give it time, give it money, give it focus, give it space. I'll give you one last example. This workshops that I do with you live, right? I'm sitting in a space right now which has a hard flooring, right? So sometimes I'm standing the whole day and my feet were paining. So when my feet started paining, is it a great excuse for me to say, yeah, I'm not going to do this thing anymore? It's a great excuse. But you know what I did in spite of that? Just today, I went today to Phoenix Mall in Pune and I bought new shoes just to keep it in this room so that every time I'm doing a session and if I'm standing, I will wear those shoes so that my feet don't pain. Now, I spent money on shoes, but I did not spend money on shoes. What did I spend money on? Doing these programs. I'm not giving any excuse. I'm finding a way to solve problems to make sure that nothing comes in between me and you. Nothing comes in between me and my students. Nothing comes between me and my passion to make a difference and to teach law of attraction. Is this making sense? Everyone type in MS if this is making sense to you. So what do you need to do? Whatever you want to attract, ask yourself, are you valuing it? If no, now you know how. TMFS is missing. Now, you want to value it? Great. Start investing time, money, focus, and space for it. Can you do something more to work on your values? Of course you can. Who can teach you? The master of masters, Dr. John Demartini. Now, did you love what you learned today? If yes, a quick request. Quickly give it a thumbs up. And there are some people in your life who need to learn this. Share this video with them by using the share button, but subscribe the channel quickly and hit the bell icon. And I'll tell you why. If you don't subscribe the channel right now, and if you don't hit the bell icon, the next announcement that I'm giving you right now, you won't get the notification email for that later. So quickly right now do it. Make sure that you are not only subscribing it, but immediately after the subscribe button, you'll see a bell icon. Click on that so that the announcement that I'm making to you right now, that email will come to you because you're part of my channel. Okay, here we go. So the big announcement is, let me show you on the screen. The great news is that yes, Dr. John Demartini is coming back to our YouTube live channel based on popular request. The last time he came, we had thousands of people attending live, watching him, learning from him. People had tears of inspiration listening to him, his stories, his learnings, his lessons, his way of connecting with people. It was just magical. It was just mind-blowing. I have always goosebumps every time I listen to him. He's a master of masters. So good news for you is, based on request, he's coming back live on our YouTube channel. When? 6th of April, 12:30 in the afternoon. Now you would say, but Mitesh, why 12:30 in the afternoon? I'm working in my office. Well, the reason is Dr. John Demartini is a very big personality and I have to go as per his time. He is at that time in Greece. Yes, Greece. Can you believe it? He travels all over the world in his cruise. He literally lives on a cruise. Like, how many of you have a dream to one day be on a holiday on a cruise with your family? Type in cruise in the chat window. That's your dream holiday, right? Believe it or not, that's his life. He lives on a cruise. His house is on a cruise. Can you believe it? And he travels all over the world, and his house is called as the World. If you don't believe it, go to YouTube later and look for the World Cruise Dr. John Demartini. And you will look at billionaires live on this cruise, and he's one of them living on that cruise around billionaires, having an amazing life. And the reason the cruise is called the World, because it is always traveling the world. And on 6th of April, he's going to be in Greece as per his time. And in spite of that, on my request, because he's one of our masters and because I am his humble student, he's given me this privilege of coming one more time on my YouTube live channel to teach all of us what is values, what is Dr. John Demartini method. Yes, there's a method called Dr. John Demartini method. And based on that, he's created the world's most powerful course on law of attraction. As per me, it is the world's most powerful course on law of attraction, and it is called the Breakthrough Experience. Everyone type in the chat window quickly, B for breakthrough experience, BE. Everyone type in quickly in the chat window, BTE, breakthrough experience. This is the name of his course, and it's super powerful. On 6th of April, I have requested him to please come and explain to everyone why this course is the most powerful course in the world. Why is it that when people attend the breakthrough experience, their life absolutely transforms? My life has already transformed. We did this workshop a few months ago with some 750 people here in India. Thanks to John Demartini, we had invited him personally over here. He was on live, but he did it personally for our Indian family and communities here. Last time for our Law of Attraction community. And when he did that, it was life transforming. So we will be inviting some of those students who've already completed the breakthrough experience also that day to share their experience with us on Zoom. You're going to go crazy. It's going to be mind blowing. He's going to say stories which is going to make you cry. He's going to say things which is going to make you feel wow. You will have a beautiful night after that day on 6th of April, but still you will not be able to sleep because he'll put so much wisdom inside you that you'll be awake. Have you heard? Don't watch dreams that make you sleep. Watch dreams that keep you awake. Dr. Demartini is the kind of man who can give you those kind of dreams. He can give you that kind of wisdom that you will be peaceful and yet you'll not be able to sleep because you'll be thinking so much. You'll have so much wisdom that night. So make sure that you're there. Free your calendar. I have freed my calendar. 12:30 in the afternoon. He is giving us his time from Greece, all the way from his cruise. Let's pay that respect back by making sure that we take that 1.5 to 2 hours holiday from our work on 6th of April at 12:30. The link is over here, miteshkhatri.com/dmartini. Normally his name is D.E. Martini, but sometimes people make a mistake on that. So that is why I've kept the link very simple for you, miteshkhatri.com/just-D-Martini. Okay, please click on this link, register right now. Last time we did this, Zoom, it was over full. So we were not able to get any more people beyond a certain number of people once Zoom was full. Don't make that mistake this time. Not only register, join in early. So if you join in early, at least you will get your seat. Okay? How many of you promise me that you will see me on 6th of April with the master of the masters, Dr. John Demartini? I want to show you this photo, which I displayed a few minutes ago. This is Dr. John Demartini, and believe it or not, when I met him in Goa about a few months ago, and we had lunch with him, he's one of the most down-to-earth, most humble human beings I've met in my life. And I asked him, I said, Dr. John Demartini, why did you meet me? Like, I'm nobody. I'm too small for you. And he said, Mitesh, no, you're not. You're just like me. I had almost tears of inspiration. I was like, how can somebody so big like him be so down to earth? I was like, my heart filled with gratitude. And I said, thank you so much for giving me your time. He was proof that he practices at the energy level. We are all what? Come on, tell me in the chat window. At the energy level, we are all what? Tell me. How many of you can hear me right now? How many of you are understanding? How many of you have practiced a little bit of law of attraction with me? If you have, tell me quickly. At the energy level, what are we? Yes, that's right, Nitin, Swaroop, perfect answer. At the energy level, we are one. And he practiced it by showing me that humility. So I hope to be as humble as he is, I hope to practice everything that makes him proud, that I am doing the right thing, practicing my values. I would love you to learn more about him and from him on the 6th April, where he's going to introduce his Breakthrough Experience course one more time in India. It may not happen again. So please make sure that you take advantage on 6th of April. Be there at 12:30 afternoon. Thank you so much. I loved meeting all of you one more time. I have another meeting in 5 minutes. I will see you soon. Next YouTube Live. When is that going to happen? Well, make sure that you've subscribed to the channel, hit the bell icon. You'll get an email based on that. Okay, here we go. Thank you very much, everyone. Good night. And as you know, in our community, what do we always do? We always end with LU. What is that? Love you. Come on, everyone, quickly type it in the chat window. Bye-bye and love you to all. So thank you, Vamika, for coming again. Thank you, Rama. Thank you, BAB. Thank you, Subhashri. Thank you, Seema. Thank you, Divine Magic. Thank you, Smriti. Thank you, Girish. Thank you, Disha. Naveen ji. Sachin, Pinch of Violet. Thank you. Radha, thank you for coming. Vijaya Rai. Rahul Bari, thank you for coming again. Sangeeta, Yaminik, Heal with Reva. Thank you very much. Nancy Prajapati. Thank you. Medha, MVK, Arya, Shalini, Manjunath, Mithilesh. Oh, Mithilesh from Mithilesh Singare. Swaroop again, Nitin, Padmavati, all of you. Thank you very much. If I've missed out some of you, please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. I'll see you soon in the next YouTube live video. Bye-bye. Love you all.